Okay, this is part 9. Once again, the Bering Strait lie. Of course, you can read this on your own. They taught this stuff in schools. I was taught this when I was in school because I remember it. But no Bering Strait, folks. Let's see, Columbus, nearly 100 years earlier than Acosta, recorded that he used the writings of Esdras. And I'm going to get into that in my 10th part. I'm going to show all the videos. You know, he used Esdras, it's just Ezra. And he used Esdras to find the 10 northern tribes. Again, 2nd Esdras 13, 40 to 45. This was made evident in the film 1492, Conquest of Paradise. Notice it says Conquest of Paradise. It was paradise here before they got here. Okay? You can stop and read this, and you can look up the URL yourself, but I'll touch on that in my last part of this. Okay? Yes. Again, actual history. This is the book. Basically, this is a Shawnee Indian sharing with the of how they came across the ocean. Again, they came from from the east. Well, we came from the east. The Indians came from again. This was not shared in the American school system. Okay, the annals of the Cachacals. Sorry. And notice, folks, the civilization of the American Indian. Okay? Yes, this book is real. This book was written in between 1500s and 1599. You go to page 160, let's go to 170. I'm going to try to keep this short because I'm running out of space. Together, these tribes came from the other part of the sea, from the east, from Pa-Tulan and Pa-Sivan. These, then, were the 3 nations of the Quiches, and they came from where the sun rises, descendants of Israel. Okay? Descendants of Israel. Of the same language, same customs. So these Mexican Indians, aka Issachar, themselves said they were descendants of Israel or Jacob. They didn't say they were descendants of Africa. All right, y'all can cut that out now. I don't have this book with me, but I have it. Page 118, Phoenicians in America. We are the sons of Canaan, which is the land of Israel today, from Sidon. Begins with the manuscript. It was written in a Phoenician language. It's Paleo-Hebrew, folks. Used 500 years before the birth of Yahushua. In only 8 lines, it tells the story of a voyage around Africa, of storm, human sacrifice, and salvation on the shores of what is now Brazil. All right? And this book, I mean, it's take a good look, folks. Self-explanatory. This book is real. View of the American Indians showing. Okay, let me read the entire thing. A view of the. Okay, the Israel Worley. A view of the American Indians, their general character, customs, language, public festivals, religious rites, and traditions, showing them to be the descendants of the 10 tribes of Israel. Showing them to be the 10 tribes of Israel. The language of prophecy concerning them, and the course by which, that means which they came. Okay, this is from 1828, page 105. This is the most difficult part of the subject before us, for we were inclined to yield to the evidence already produced, to show the many points of resemblance between the ancient Hebrews and Indian tribes, We can scarcely expect to find enough of the old language remaining to furnish a fresh evidence of their kin. So, again, the reason why there's so many resemblances is because the Indians are the Hebrews, and the Hebrews are the Indians, the Hebrew Israelites. All right. Once again, James Adair, I advise you to get this book. Okay. History of the American Indians, page 13. From the most exact observations I could make in the long time I traded among the American Indians, I was forced to believe them lineally descended from the Israelites. I was forced to believe them lineally descended from the Israelites, not any Africans or Mongols. And you go back to slide 232 and 233, and once again, James Meredith states that his great-grandfather was the last ruler of the Choctaw Nation. Okay, again. Another one who quotes Adair, a writer who has the best opportunities to know their languages, which was Hebrew, not African, by a residence among them for 40 years. James Adair spent 40 years among the Indians and had to teach himself to speak Hebrew. And he has taken great pains to show the similarity of the Hebrew with the Indian language, both in their roots and general construction, and insists that many of the Indian words to this day are purely Hebrew, not African, not Tuolingit. Notwithstanding their exposure to the loss of it to such a degree as to make the preservation of it so far little than miraculous. Once again, the book is real. It's based same thing. Issacharite, the Mexicans, the original Mexicans are Issacharites. Not everyone in these last days is going to be, dark skinned. You got some pale skinned Israelites, and you're going to have some confusion of faith Israelites, all right? That look like the other nations. Again, this is your Gadite, folks. Gadites, Reubenites, this is how we looked. Thus saith the Holy Scriptures, which was hidden in this land for a reason. Because America does not want you to know who you are. I'm gonna go through all of these in my next lesson. And the part 10. Chuck Berry. Indians are the lost tribes of Israel. So on and so on. Man, it's ridiculous. These are just some videos of research. Native Americans vote in ancient Hebrew. The Decalogue stone authenticated. Questions I have. Why was Chuck Berry, an African American, identified as Indian on his ID card? Why have so many Hebrew artifacts been unearthed in America? And why isn't this being taught in American schools? If we are Africans, where are the African artifacts? Again, the American Negro is the American Indian. We're on here. Gad. North American Indians. Gadites. So if you're new to this, you want to study more, these are some scriptures which you can get into. Because this only fits one people. All right? And okay, this is why this has come like this. Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even until the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's why this has come out. Knowledge is being increased. And this is being done by the hand of the Most High. A lot of stuff that was hidden 100 years ago is evident today. All you have to do is research. Filter everything through the scriptures. Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Okay? Salvation is to the Israelites only. Okay? So, let me say that again. Salvation is unto the Israelites only. If you don't know that, you need to learn. Salvation is coming to the Hebrew Israelites. Hope you're one of them. Epilogue. The so-called Negro is not African, or which is a Hamite in the scriptures. We are Shemites, Shem, from the line of Jacob, who had his name changed to Israel, hence Israelites, meaning of the seed of Israel, or Jacob. The Negro is the real Native American and Hebrew Israelite based on the scriptures. The Negro is Israel, or Yasharallah, which means Prince of the Peace. Prince of the Power. Yasharallah, all right? I'm going to go back up to this. I'm going to end it with that. Okay, folks? I'm going to just say Shalom. Look for part 10. I'll get all those videos together. And because this is nothing new. It's just been hidden. They know. America knows that the so-called Negroes are the real Native Americans and the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. But you all don't know. Okay? This is what Columbus saw right here. Okay? Copper-colored Aborigines. Your skin is brown, not black. Shalom.